let's just start off by introducing one another.
Okay, I'm TheSoundDefense. Real name is Jim Avery. I'm a programmer with IBM, and I've been playing video games basically my entire life since I was 3 years old, and I broke into a neighbor's house to play Super Mario World at midnight.
And I am TonyOgbot, real name Tony Ogborn, and I work as a repair agent for Geek Squad, but you'll see me just running a lot of WayForward games and in general, just enjoying a lot of different games and having a good time.
Okay, cool. How long have both of you been speedrunning?
Ooh, you first.
Can we start with it? Okay. I started speedrunning this February, actually. I had always been watching speedruns, but it actually wasn't until Shantae that I started speedrunning, because like I saw in game there was a reward for getting 100% as fast as possible, and as I was trying to achieve that, I'm like, whoa, this is actually really fun. Maybe I should actually speedrun it, and that's when I started doing so.
And for me, I think I started around August of 2013 because the first GDQ I actually watched was HDQ 2014, and that's around the time I started getting really excited with this kind of stuff.
Okay, cool. What kind of wait. Oh, yeah. What times are the best on your games, and do you guys use, I mean, like, I know that there's the any percent, like, that means, like, you can do anything, or there's, like, the full percentage. Do you guys do, which ones of those do you do? Like, what kind of speedrun do you do for the WayForward games? And then what are your best times on the WayForward games?
Okay, sure. I guess we'll just keep going left to right.
Okay.
The only WayForward game I'm running right now is Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, and I did like 4 different categories of pirate mode. There was any percent all dark magic, which it looks like I will be running at SGDQ. There's all dark magic and all hard squids, which is like a full completion screen, and then the standard 100%. And so I can't remember all of those times, but because that's a bunch of them. But for any percent, it's about 43.5 minutes, and for the all dark magic run that I'll be doing, I recently got it down to about an hour and 2.5 minutes. So,
Oh, cool. Congratulations.
thank you.
All right, and I guess just to kind of run down my WayForward speedrun times here.
He's got his Twitch channel out.
Yeah, I have my Twitch channel pulled up because I actually have them all listed there. Let's see. So starting with Mighty Switch Force Hyperdrive Edition, the only category I've put a lot of time into with that game is the any percent new game plus, which is using the Mighty Shot. And with that, I have a time of 18:53. I believe the current best is like a low 18:40 or high 18:30 by end day. I have also Mighty Switch Force 2, my current time for the any percent new game plus, which of course uses the Mighty Hose. That is currently sitting at 23:33, and I think back, one of the other Mighty Switch Force 2 runners has it at a high 22. Also, DuckTales Remastered was one of the first ones I had done. I've done easy and expert runs of it, or extreme, excuse me. But I think my current best time in general is, I think the in-game timer on the Wii U had it at 34:55. If any of you at home have your Wii U's pulled up with DuckTales leaderboards there, I'm sure you might actually be able to find my time. If not on the first page there, definitely the second. And with Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, I did a lot of any percent pirate mode. Sadly, I dropped it before a lot of the really cool things started to really settle in. So my current time is sitting at about 49:27. But gosh, what's the best time for that right now?
It's like 42 something by
Yeah.
Takanator. He has like most, if not all, of the records at this point.
Yeah, and with Risky's Revenge, the PC version that came out with the director's cut, that one I picked up just to kind of get ready for Pirate's Curse, so I didn't really grind it down to where it's at right now. But my current best time right now is 38:08, and it's something that I'm looking to improve definitely in the
Yeah,
future.
just the other day, like less than a week ago, they found a new skip that cuts about 10 minutes off the time.
Oh wow.
There's been a lot that's been happening in the Shantae realms that I haven't been able to really
Yeah.
keep up with.
It's really just one guy who is he's like Lucius Fox in The Dark Knight. He can find pretty much anything you can break about a Shantae game.
Well, that's awesome. I know it's interesting. Like most speedrunners that I've watched only have like maybe one or two games that they do. It sounds like you do a lot, Tony.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of one of those people that likes the learning process of speedrunning because there's a lot of different and really cool things that you can do with just a lot of different games. And my times aren't always the best. I do, especially if I love the game, I do want to be really competitive with it. But honestly, for me, like the learning process is the most fun for me when it comes to learning in general.
Okay, cool. Um, what kind of hardware and software do you guys use when you stream? What kind of capture cards, like streaming programs? Pretty much like what do you guys need to be a speedrunner?
Make the stream happen.
To make it happen.
Yeah,
Just in case there's
I
someone
have
in here who's like, man, I run Shantae a lot. That'd be fun to show people how fast I can do it.
Yeah, I'm currently running it on the Wii U, and for that I have a Roxio Game Capture HD, which is a really nice capture card, though it introduces a little bit of delay in the video, which isn't ideal, but it works fine. And for actually sending the video to Twitch, I use XSplit for that. Though once SGDQ is over, I want to start running the PC version of Shantae, and for my PC streams, I usually use Lightcam, which works really well.
Yeah, and so I guess building on the PC's just streaming experience in general, a lot of the streaming software that you can use is actually really good at capturing the game and such. So honestly, if you see me running Mighty Switch Force Hyperdrive Edition on the PC, you're just gonna see me basically run, for example, open broadcasting software is what I prefer to use. XSplit is what I use for other things as well because I do have an AverMedia live game reportable, and that's actually the only streaming software that will capture that card natively within itself instead of requiring extra software to be used for that. But yeah, I definitely have a good concoction of bits of hardware and software. I mean, those two streaming softwares are what you'll see me use mainly. And on top of that, I have a Dazzle DVC 100 for all of my standard definition stuff, the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable for all my HD stuff, and yeah, I also have a pretty beefy computer just to kind of keep the production going along pretty well when it comes to streaming those games.
Cool. Since we were talking about the Mighty Hose and the Mighty Shot, and some of the people in the chat have been talking about breaking our games, what do you guys think about? Do you use a lot of glitches whenever you are speed running some of our games? Tell us about it so we can tell our QAs.
Yes, we do.
Do you have any that are like your favorites that you'd like to discuss?
That's a lot.
Maybe explain to us a little bit more about the.
With Shantae.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
you guys are breaking up a little bit on my end, so I'm sorry if I talk over you.
Our internet connection's actually being a little funky. Well, he kind of gets into some Shantae stuff. I'm gonna see if we have like a physical internet connection so I can get a little more stable connection for us.
Okay, yeah, Naz was looking into that.
cool.
There are two things in particular that come to handy with Shantae. One is something that people call the risky shuffle, which basically lets you start a charge even if you don't have a lot of space to build up a charge.
I've heard of this one.
Yeah, you can just rig the controller and use both the analog stick and the D-pad at the same time, and you sort of wander back and forth in one place, but you're still building up a charge. So that comes in handy in a lot of places, and like the Oblivion of Suffering is basically completely ruined by this trick. So that's the
Yeah, exactly, Taco Dater. It's
the
a clever
biggest
use
thing.
of game mechanics.
that one you'll
That's what people are
Often
calling it right now. I'm sorry, you
when-
guys are breaking up a lot. Technical difficulties. I'm
Well,
sorry. I'm sorry, chat.
Akinator, tell him, no, like in weird, Ethernet cable snapping this key.
All right, yeah. So if we disconnect quick, I apologize, but we'll try to reconnect with you in a second here.
Okay. I just want to let chat know. I have a preset list of questions to ask them. However, once I am done with my preset list of questions, I will be going to chat to ask you guys what kind of questions you would like to ask. And then at the end of the stream, we will be giving away a copy of Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. So if you guys stick around till the end, then you could have a chance to win a copy of Shantae and the Pirate's Curse for yourself. So, and it will be available on Wii U or 3DS, depending on which system you would like the code for. You guys are already kind of, your stream already kind of looks crisper.
Yeah, we are tearing this computer room apart here.
Yeah, I apologize. Crown River or Crown Plaza Riverfront, but we'll definitely clean it up as soon as we're finished here.
Yeah. It's like the Ethernet cable is working now.
Okay, great. Yeah, you guys are, it's a little bit blurry, but you guys aren't cutting out as bad. Oh, look,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
way better. That's way
Yeah,
better.
sure.
Thank you.
Oh,
Alright.
not a
I just
problem.
wanted people to be able to see you and hear you whenever you explain these clever use of game mechanics.
Of course, we've now just revealed that we were never actually using the giant microphone in front of us. It was just for show.
That's funny.
Wait, here we are. Here we are.
Okay, there we go.
Just do it. We'll all have one. Just
Yeah,
so
okay.
we're all special.
All right, so yeah, I talked about the risky shuffle. That was the first one we discovered. That helps out a lot. The other one is an out-of-bounds glitch that we haven't decided a name for. I like to call it food flying and potion drops. It's basically if you're dashing off-screen and you use some healing item at the right time, basically most of the level around you will unload, so all the walls are gone, most of the people are gone, but loading areas are still there, so you can just clip through all the walls in the ground and access areas you're not supposed to be in yet. That cuts like 10-15 minutes off of the runtime.
Oh wow.
Yeah, if you like things like the Tan Line Palace and such, that part in the any percent run is completely non-existent due to
Yeah.
that glitch. On top of that, there's a lot less backtracking due to it as well because we kind of just we make it so the events that are required to access. Excuse me, give me a second here.
Yeah.
The events that require us to do certain things, we completely just sidestep all of that with that glitch there, and it's
Yeah.
really cool.
Instead we just like phase through the floor and we're suddenly where we need to be.
That's interesting.
You will see a lot of that later tonight.
I'm excited. I'm really excited too. Also, just so chat knows, we will be hosting Games Done Quick on this channel whenever they're playing tonight. So you can watch it on the Games Done Quick place, or if you're still just sitting in the their channel, then you'll still see it hosted there. So
Great.
okay, and then Tony, you were going to talk a little bit about some mighty hoses and some mighty guns.
Yeah, so if any of you are familiar with my times on the Mighty Switch Force Hyperdrive Edition PC leaderboards, I think Endete started to dethrone me on a lot of them because he is pretty much the individual level master when it comes to that game. Like, I have to be completely honest. He kind of trumps me in every way when it comes to that game. But basically, in the Mighty Switch Force and Mighty Switch Force Hyperdrive Edition, the Mighty Shot gives you a little bit of knockback that allows you, well, basically that knockback I think was originally used to kind of mitigate the fact that that gun can destroy absolutely everything in front of you, whether it be an enemy or just some general blocks that need clearing as well. But one thing you do in the Mighty Switch Force Hyperdrive Edition run is perform something called the Mighty Jump, which basically it's 4 inputs very quickly just executed within each other. you're looking at turning it back, jumping, shooting, and moving forward. And basically, if you do that fast enough, you gain a lot more speed due to the fact that that knockback gets tacked onto your horizontal movement in the air. And the reason you just keep jumping and keep doing that over and over again is to actually just keep that horizontal movement speed at its max value as much as possible throughout the run. And in turn, with that higher speed, you're able to make certain jumps that you definitely would not expect to make without it. And it's just a really neat tool to perform the run as quickly as possible. And with the Mighty Hose and Mighty Switch Force 2, sadly there isn't any crazy movement tech with that at all in that sense, because for all intents and purposes, the two hoses are pretty much the same. The only real difference is the Mighty Hose will pretty much obliterate everything in its path and for some reason burn wood, which is actually really cool. You wouldn't think water would normally do that.
No.
But,
It's
yeah,
special
that game.
Android water.
Yeah, Android. Let's go with that.
Maybe it's just like 4,000 psi or something.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, with
Got a
that,
lot of fluoride in it.
absolutely. But something that I will say about the Mighty Switch Force 2 run, which sadly I can't really get into too much detail without showing anyone, is that there's a lot of puzzle logic that just gets kind of thrown aside when it comes to Mighty Switch Force 2.
Mm-hmm.
So Austin Ivan Smith, if he's around the office, I would definitely let him know that some of his puzzles might look a little abused during my run sometime this evening.
He actually says hello. I
Oh,
told
hey
him.
man, how you doing?
I told him today. He's very excited.
Oh, I'm super excited to have him see what we're gonna do for him.
Yeah.
How often would you say you use, damage boosts, boosts and death and save warps whenever you guys play WayForward games?
Well, there is really no death abuse in Shantae, because if you die, you go back to your previous save, and that's never really a good benefit. Though, I guess at one point, like, there's exactly one point in the game where I fall into a pit of water and reappear at the entrance to some place, and that saves a little bit of time. But, I don't know, generally in Shantae, damage boost, that sort of thing, not too prevalent, not nearly as much as the risky shuffle and the out-of-bounds thing I discussed earlier. So, we're mostly not abusing the movement mechanics in that game. We're abusing some other things instead.
Yeah, and the only thing that I can think of in the history of Shantae that I know of, the original Shantae I really don't have any experience with, sadly, is early on in the route for the any percent pirate mode for Pirate's Curse, before we actually found out, well, not we, our resident glitch hunter found the whole out of bounds skipping thing. One thing we would do to kind of speed up the Tanline Palace was go to the bonus level that's hidden in the first dungeon. So if any of you at home haven't actually seen this bonus dungeon, I would say do a little poking around, maybe some risky dashing around in the first dungeon there. You might actually find it there. And we actually grabbed 2 keys from it and saved those keys for Tanline Palace. And one thing we would do is as soon as we get that second key is we would actually use a death warp there to get back to the entrance of the bonus dungeon. So that's one thing that I can think of within Shantae that I know of that actually utilize something like that.
Yeah, we actually, in the all dark magic, we still do that, except we found a faster way to get a second key.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah, you haven't watched this run in a while, so
I haven't, and I'm excited, honestly.
You're going to see some interesting new routing stuff and new tech, and that will be really fun.
Yeah, and speaking from the Mighty side, death warps are absolutely huge for some of the individual levels. I can tell you right now, most of the incidents in the first Mighty Switch Force actually abuse the heck out of them. You'll see at least one death warp in, I would guess, at least half of the incidents in the just regular any percent run. With Mighty Switch Force 2, it actually has kind of compounded, in a sense, with a lot of just the amount of death abuse that you use. I know Incident 11, I believe, the one where there's like dirt blocks on the side as you spawn, and you have to kind of just go around this entire area and gather all the hooligan sisters. Since it's such a large map, I actually have used death warps twice for the sake of speed. So if I were to make any mistakes during that one, that could potentially be really dangerous. But luckily, with the intense routing that that incident as well as the other incidents in Mighty Switch Force 2 got, The danger is definitely mitigatable with proper play, of course.
Mhm.
Oh, for sure. Um, do you normally like do your speed runs? Is that like a fun thing, just to see like better yourself, or do you guys actually like go for like world records? Like, is that like your major goal?
Hmm. I started out, it was mostly as a fun thing, just to see how well I could do, and I was purposely doing a category that no one else was really doing at the time. Then I started looking into what any percent would be, and while playing through it, I ended up getting the world record a lot sooner than I anticipated. And so, like after getting that, it was no it, and then I actually discovered there was a community of people actually doing this, and they were really annoyed that I had not contacted them in any way. But, we eventually found each other through Twitter. I think Nas helped out with that. He's standing off screen. He's sitting off screen, and so after that, I ended up like actually being more competitive, trying to find new strats, help people out with routing and things like that. And so, I don't know. These days, I'm still close to the world record, and I keep trying to get it. But more so, I just try and play and make sure it's fun, because at the point where it becomes work, then really, what's the point? I guess.
Yeah, and I guess for me, it's always been about the fun. Honestly, what got me into it was a bunch of friends were like, "Hey, let's try this out and just have a fun time with it." And yeah, I picked DuckTales Remastered because I'm absolutely terrible about, well, I'm terrible at playing platformers just in general, unless I spend hours upon hours figuring them out, of course. But yeah, honestly, it's mainly for fun for me. I definitely do get competitive, especially with the Mighty Switch Force Hyperdrive Edition, just because that game, with all the different movement and stuff, like I just love pressing buttons. I have to be completely honest, and in that run, like I'm pressing buttons the whole time. So
Push button.
yeah, I'm literally just like mashing buttons, having a good time every time I run it. And I mean, even though I'm still having fun, like I do really care about getting my time down as much as possible because that game, if you make any small mistakes, that's not a huge deal, but you're always going to have that little itch in the back of your head saying, hey, I could do that just a little bit better. And in turn, I really want to do that a little bit better. So, um, not all games I'm super competitive with, but I do definitely get that competitive side of me coming out when it comes to the games I truly am into.
Cool. We had some people in chat that came in and they wanted to know exactly who you guys are. TonyOgbot and TheSoundDefense are doing they're doing speed runs for the Sound Defense will be doing a speed run for Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, and TonyOgbot will be doing a speed run for Mighty Switch Force 2 on Summer Games Done Quick tonight. So if you we'll be talking about where they'll be and everything. If you tune into them and donate during their streams, then you can actually get a chance to win some prizes, which I'm sure we'll talk about towards the end of the interview for
Oh,
sure.
definitely.
Do you guys communicate with other big names? We were just discussing this a little bit. Do you communicate with other big names in the speedrun community, or in the Shantae and like Mighty Switch Force community? You were just talking about how you have your friend Nas in the room, so so I just wondering in general, like what's your guys' relationship? You said you have communities. What kind of communities do you have online? That sort of thing.
Yeah, the Shantae community is pretty tight-knit, I would say. Most, if not all of the people who like speedrun and try and like do it seriously fairly well, they're all coming into each other's streams, discussing strats, talking in the IRC channel, finding tricks, and it's a really cool community because everyone is supportive, and it's not like super competitive to the point where we're hiding things from each other. We all want everyone to get better. We want like Shantae to become more impressive in general, I think. So there's a lot of talk within that community. I personally have not been able to reach out to the larger community and talk with any big names as of yet, just because, I don't know, there's not a lot of, what's the word, interaction there, I guess. But we'll see.
Yeah, and I guess just to kind of compound on that, like if you don't spend a lot of time within like certain hubs for the community, it is kind of hard to really get your foot in just because just in general, even though the speedrunning community is a large community as a whole, the different games and different people all are kind of fractured in their own little sub communities, just due to the nature of just being only really interested in some of the games you do. I'm probably going to be lit up for this, admitting it live on a stream like this, but I do tend to associate myself with a 4chan video game general called the Speedrunning General. You'd recognize names possibly like Duke Bilgewater, Ion Gravere. There's also Lurk, and gosh, there's honestly so many guys that have been in and out of that community that have definitely gone places within the community at large, as well as just kind of stayed tight knit in general outside, just in the community as a whole. And I mean, that's where I've definitely made a lot of my connections. And I mean, even being here, like, I mean, just the other day I had lunch with King Dime, one of the best Doom runners in the world, actually.
That's very cool.
Also, like, honestly, yeah, it's like these events here, they're a really good time just to kind of get to meet some really cool people and just have a good time. And hey, definitely just kind of rub elbows with some of the really well-known people in the community as well.
He gets more of a chance to do that here than I do, because I am spending a lot of the time at my parents' house watching over their dog while they're on vacation. So
Yeah, and I'm staying here on site, so I've been definitely making my rounds, saying hi to everyone, just because I mean, I'm a Minnesota native myself, so I'm just more wanting to be kind of the warm host, but at the same time, like, hey, welcome to Minnesota. We love it here, and we love that you guys came out here for it.
Cool. I see that you're wearing an Apple Watch there.
this is actually a Pebble Watch.
Oh, okay. I thought it was an Apple Watch. I was going to ask you if you
No,
had the WayForward
It's
game
not nearly
on.
as cool, but it is very nice.
Okay, so I was watching some of your playthroughs, Tony, before the stream. I just wanted to kind of get an idea of what was going on. At the time, I didn't know whether or not we were going to get you SoundDefense, so I didn't actually get a chance to look your stuff up. I'm sorry.
You get to be surprised.
Yes, I'm very excited. I've only watched maybe one person do a speed run of Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, and I didn't get a chance to watch it all the way through.
Oh.
When I do PR work, if somebody posts something on Twitter like, "Oh, I'm going to be streaming this in a minute," sometimes I'll jump on and like get in channels and watch them. So, but in general, I don't know how many games you said you speedrun. SoundDefense. You said that you speedrun Shantae. Did you say you speedrun anything else?
At the moment, I'm not speedrunning anything else,
Okay.
but after this, I want to get into Bloodborne, because that is
Oh yeah,
one of my favorite new games, and
it's such a fun game.
yeah, it's so good. It's so good. I want to speedrun it, and it's
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd watch that. I've watched a lot of people play the Bloodborne, and I really enjoy watching that game. Tony, you play a lot of WayForward games for your speedruns. What would you say is your favorite WayForward game to speedrun?
That's a really hard question to ask because, like, honestly, each WayForward game I've run, like, I have something I absolutely adore about it. Like, gosh, if I really had to pick one, it would honestly probably just have to be Mighty Switch Force, whether it's the 3DS or the Hyperdrive Edition, Wii U or PC version. Like, that was one of the first games I actually picked up and routed on my own. I did just the regular shot because I was so used to this idea that just starting a game from fresh and beating it was kind of the way that speedrunners did it. In turn, once I figured out that the Mighty Shot was really cool, and Duke Bilgewater actually kind of egged me on to start kind of giving that a try, just because we both started running the game around the same time. I really started putting time into that, and like I just have a really strong fondness for the game, just due to the fact that I've grown a lot as a person and a speedrunner around that game.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. The first time I picked up the Switch Force game, it was like I didn't know that trying to beat my time would be so fun. Like just over and over again in a game until I played that.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that's the best part. Like you have a timer that will just not lie to you. That is the best like in-game timer I've seen in any game. I mean, going down to hundredths of a second, and like there's just no variance at all. It's very you did this in this time, and if you want to do better, I mean, give it another whirl, and that's a really addicting thing to kind of try and best yourself on.
Okay. Who do you guys know the world record holders for the WayForward games that you guys speedrun? And if so, who is it? Are you still the world record holder, the sound defense for Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, or?
I'm world record holder in one of the categories, which is any percent without out of bounds skips. Otherwise, I don't know for sure, but it's safe to assume that Takanator holds the world record. He should be in chat right now. He's probably heckling me as we speak. Yeah, I'm coming for him though, so he should watch out.
I do not see him.
He's probably in there somewhere.
Trenter TR? No.
Oh, hey, that's another way forward boy, but
Oh yeah, his name is Takanator7. He was in here earlier. You mentioned his name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's running on PC, and the PC version turns out to be quite a bit faster than the Wii U version that I play on, due to things like much shorter load times. And I would switch to the PC version, but I'm locked into Wii U for SGDQ, but afterwards I want to switch to the other version and see just how low I can take my time.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
I guess just to kind of start from the top and go to the bottom with all my way forward experience. Honestly, DuckTales Remastered, that one is a really hard one to peg just because there was a PS3 release, an Xbox 360 release, a Wii U release, and a PC release. And all of them had their different leaderboards, and in turn, sadly, there were some issues with the in-game timer in terms of just getting a consistent time that reflected a similar real-time attack, which is timing the run yourself as you're doing it, just kind of timing there. So if I had to throw that out there, I would guess whoever has the top time on PC might have the best time. But let's see, so Mighty Switch Force, the 3DS version, I believe the current world record holder is Mr. Shasta, who actually just had a Metroid Prime Hunters run in SGDQ and did an excellent job, might I add. On top of that, the HD remake of it, the current world record holder for that is Ndede for the Any Percent New Game Plus route, and that's of course with the Mighty Shot. I believe I still have the Any Percent New Game record, but that's more because I was the only person that really put in a lot of time to actually route that out and do stuff with it. It's definitely still improvable, so I'm sure there's someone in chat out there that has put in some time with it, and we'll see if I still hold that in the future here. And with Mighty Switch Force 2, since the new game hose, the just regular hose, is really hard to do a lot of stuff with, I can't say that I know anyone that's actually put a lot of time into figuring that out. I think Duke Bilgewater actually has a time for it on his Twitch profile. So, I mean, if that's reputable enough, which honestly I feel it is, he's actually pretty good at the Mighty games. I would consider that to be a world record. The New Game Plus record is held by Back. He is definitely a really strong runner in the game. He didn't really like the whole Mighty Shot thing with Mighty Switch Force. So as soon as he saw Mighty Switch Force 2, he was like, I have to do it. And in turn, found a really good way to just manage the hose and in turn just get through the game as quickly as possible there. And with Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, the Sound Defense covered that really well. And Risky's Revenge, I honestly have not kept up with it since I've dropped off. But if I had to guess, is it Toucan Sham? Yeah, Toucan Sham has the current is it just any percent record on that?
Yeah, it's 17 minutes.
Wait.
Oh,
is it
17.
Toucan Sam?
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, Toucan Sham, like
Sham,
Wow
okay,
in there without the wow.
That's a cute name.
And yeah, he's pushed the game to unbelievable lengths.
Yeah.
And like it's just really cool to see. Like, I mean, when I picked up the game, the 38 I had was actually pretty decent, but there's so much that's happened, and seeing it being like at 17 minutes, that's just absolutely unreal to me.
That's cool. That's really cool. Especially that you guys know everybody and that they're all like. Do you guys ever fear that somebody just randomly is going to come out of the woodwork and like just beat your time by like minutes? Like, like.
I feel bad because I kind of did that.
I know. Do you fear the day that somebody else comes in and does the same thing to you?
It's already happened. So all the bases have been covered there, I guess. So it could certainly happen again at any time, I think.
Yeah. And for me, honestly, I welcome it because I feel that even though performing well at a game is definitely an individual thing, improving the route for the game and getting it as optimized as possible, it's a complete community thing. So if someone were to come by and completely destroy my time by a couple of minutes, I'd be like, "Wow, that's so awesome! You need to tell me what you did, and
Yeah.
like I want to see if I can apply it too." Because like
Hmm.
honestly, just the whole like for me, like when we were talking about whether it's fun or for competition, for me, the true thing that I really like about speedrunning is that we are taking a game, just any regular game off the street. Luckily, I have a lot of love for WayForward games, of course,
Hmm.
but we're taking these games and completely doing what we can to optimize every little thing about it to make it just play through as quickly as possible.
Yeah, like way forward games, they're the movement mechanics in way forward games are incredibly tight, super solid,
Hmm.
and it makes it really much more satisfying to speedrun because you feel like you have just absolute control of your character, and that's really a great thing to have.
Hmm.
Oh, that's very nice of you. I know that a lot of people in the office really love the fact that we make when we make games, we actually do think of speedrunners because we know how much you guys really enjoy it. So.
We appreciate it.
We feel so spoiled sometimes. You guys are to us.
Well, you were here. You were in chat. I know that for a fact, Tony, when we were doing the Mighty Switch Force, the Mighty
Oh, yeah.
Switch Force stream, and even then, Austin was like, maybe in the future, like the Mighty Gun will be like an actual like in-game feature, like for a future game, like those kinds of ideas are, you give them ideas by doing the things that you do.
And like it's
um,
really cool, just the fact that like we're just regular old gamers having a good time. Of course, we're doing a little more of a niche activity than people just casually like going in and having fun with it. But just seeing like the communications between us and say the developers just be as tight as it is, like it's such a really cool like thing to like a lot of us speedrunners just in general.
that's cool. That's really cool. What kind of games are you guys playing right now when you're not speedrunning? I know you were talking about Bloodborne, so.
Yeah, Bloodborne is really great. I am playing a lot of Destiny, and I'm not super happy about it, to be honest. Like that game, it can really get a grip on you, and it's hard to get free from it. What else am I playing? I'm playing a lot of an indie game called Cook Serve Delicious, which is it's sort of yeah, he's nodding over there. It's like Diner Dash, except you're in the kitchen instead, and it's just this super fast-paced, frenetic cooking game. It's sort of like WarioWare because you're constantly doing these cooking mini games while managing your time, and it's really surprisingly addicting. So that's great.
That sounds awesome.
Mhm.
You'll have to like message me that later so I can look into
Yeah, for sure.
it.
It's super cheap on Steam. It's like
I
$5.
like that.
So.
It's
Yeah, and
on
I guess
Steam.
for
I'm sold.
Mhm.
And I guess for me, I just finished Hotline Miami 2. I'm a huge fan of the series. Like I love the whole like lore behind it, and just the gameplay is super fun to me. On top of that, I have to be completely honest. I'm a total like weeaboo. I love like anime stuff so much. You'll see me playing like Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth. I've been trying to just make my way through that because I mean it's a really fun RPG. And in turn, my phone gets a lot of attention because there's this really fun rhythm game called Love Live School Idol Festival. So if you like cute little like anime rhythm games, I mean that's definitely a really fun one as
This is the
well.
most Japanese thing I've ever heard of.
You are so welcome.
It's okay. There's lots of people around the office that really like the rhythm games. So I think some of them are actually watching the stream right now.
No, no,
So
I
they're
love
probably
rhythm.
they're probably like, yes, yes, I like this. I like this speedrunner.
Oh yeah, I love rhythm games. I love Rock Band. I inhaled Elite Beat Agents. Really, I'm a big fan. So
Mm.
I'm just giving him a hard time for no good reason. So
I'm getting to the end of some of my questions, chat. So if you guys want to start, like, just kind of like at WayForward, sending me questions you'd like to ask them, I'm gonna start like copying and pasting them down so that when I get done with my questions, we can get to your questions. Just so you guys know. Um.
Ooh,
Arr.
Computer
Do you,
time is 2 hours behind. Is there a reason for that?
Probably just being bad.
Okay.
I know you already discussed how you were thinking about doing Speed or Bloodborne
Hmm.
in the future. Is there any other games you guys are considering picking up for speedrunning? in the near future?
Oh boy.
I am not sure. I had an answer for this yesterday, and I can't remember what it was. Tony, you go first.
So, at the beginning of the summer, I kind of made this big list of things I wanted to try and do. Honestly, a lot of them have been put on hold because later on tomorrow, I'm actually doing a run of Gunstar Heroes with my friend Ion Gravere, and that's because his friend that he was going to do it with originally actually had to drop on him, and I just figured I'd help a boy out, you know, because he's my good friend and such, and fill in for his friend that couldn't make it. But I really wanted to do Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I had the whole route learned. I was getting really good at the Cackletta fight because at the end of the game you're actually about level 11, level 12, so you really have to play perfectly, otherwise you just die and the run's over. I also really wanted to do Rockman and Forte. I'm a huge fan of the Mega Man games. Figured since I'm such a masochist, I may as well pick the hardest Mega Man game and play the hardest character, which is Rockman. So that was one I was trying to learn as well. And on top of that, just in general, I've always had stuff I wanted to dabble in. Like I'm a huge, like just fan of crazy movement kind of games in general. So like I wanted to do Mischief Makers because that's a lot of button pressing in good times. I also really wanted to check out Roundabout, especially after seeing Studio do it live here. Like, it's a really neat run as well. And I also wanted to give Double Dragon Neon attention because I want to kind of do a co-op run with that, maybe for a future GDQ. And also what's the Blood Rain Betrayal, I think it's called. The
Yes,
other,
yes.
yeah, that's another one that I just got through the Steam sale, played around with a bit, and I really like the movement in it. So. I mean, I definitely have a lot of plans, but in turn, it's just a matter of finding the time, which is a little far in between these days.
Yeah, I hear you. I thought up some things to say. The first game I really thought about speedrunning was Octodad Dadliest Catch.
I watched the speedrun for that
Yes.
yesterday.
That was an amazing run yesterday,
It
and
was so awesome.
I got started with it, but I didn't stick with it for as long as I should have. Just I don't know. The movement mechanics got more frustrating than I expected they would be. So,
If you ever have questions, I have a pretty solid time in that game.
okay. I also have always toyed with the idea of Sonic 3 and Knuckles getting all of the emeralds in a run like that. That would be a lot of fun. That's one of my favorite games. And I've also helped sort of research for speedruns of Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, which is like the most criminally underrated game in history, I think. But it's so much fun to play and it's so much fun to watch a speedrun of because there's just like infinite possible routing with the way the game's designed. So it's very cerebral in addition to needing good controls. So
Oh, cool. Okay, well, do you guys have? I know you guys would want to promote, obviously, your speed runs tonight. But do you have any channels people can see you on? Can they follow you on Twitter or anything like that?
yeah, you can pretty much my username is universal almost everywhere. It's just TheSoundDefense. So that applies to Twitter. It applies to Twitch. It doesn't apply to YouTube. That's Sound Defense RB, but I don't upload a lot of stuff there anymore anyhow. So, but yeah, you can follow me at those places if you're interested.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, Twitter, I'm at TonyOgbot. I love responding to questions if you guys ever have anything in general. On Twitch, I'm TonyOgbot underscore because I was kind of an idiot back in the day and had a Facebook account tied to the original one and deactivated and it just got messy. On top of that, I'm also one of the organizers for a little Midwestern gathering called the Midwest Speed Fest. So if that's something you guys are interested in checking out, it's generally just like a 3-day for fun marathon for speedrunning. That's just Midwest Speed Fest for the channel there. And yeah, I guess in general, if you just see my name around, chances are it's probably me. That's also me on Steam too. So if you want to add me for, I mean, just any kind of gaming, because after SGDQ, I'm probably going to be taking a bit of a break from going fast. I mean, let me know, and I'll definitely hop in some games with you if you're ever feeling that.
Cool. Cool. How often do you guys stream when you're on Twitch?
You first.
It depends. Like in the lead up to SGDQ, I was trying to stream every day for about 2 hours, but real life intervened pretty regularly. So I'm probably going to take a little break from streaming after this, but I do want to be streaming at least like multiple times a week, maybe like just after work or what have you.
And for me, my network situation at home can be kind of weird because I mean I share it with my family at home, and just in general, the whole gaming thing isn't necessarily something the family totally approves of. Like I mean they're cool with, oh hey, he's going to raise money for charity, but
Yeah.
of course, oh, I'm sitting in my room playing games all night. But like if
hmm
you ever want to catch my stream, if I am streaming, it's generally at a pretty odd time of the night or an odd time just during the day in general. I mean, I work a lot. I'm going to be a full-time student come fall. And just in general, I mean, I do have a lot of life obligations as well. So it's sadly not something I do regularly. But given the right circumstances, it's something that I do definitely want to do more because I mean, it's fun to just kind of sit, play some games, and if anyone comes to watch and talk, just hang back and talk with everyone.
hmm
I personally would love it if you actually got a camera and a microphone. But just so you know.
hmm
Well, I definitely have them. It's just a matter of picking a good time to use them, and in turn, I might definitely try to start incorporating those at some point as
Yeah.
well.
That'd be really cool. You guys both have this really good presentation. Like, you know, like you're very personable, you're very friendly, and so it'd be really fun to see that while you were streaming. So.
Well,
Oh,
thank you.
thank
I
I
appreciate
try
hearing
my
that.
best. I have a microphone, but not a camera. That I like to I really like interacting with people in chat, and then yelling at myself for screwing up because I interacted with people in chat. So
Yeah, and that's the same for me too. Like, sadly, with the times I stream, it's not a very appropriate thing to do with a mic sometimes. But
hmm
I mean, it's always fun to just kind of talk and in turn, if I mess up, just kind of have a good laugh about it and just go for that good old reset to try and beat that time again.
hmm
Okay, I'm gonna go to some questions that I copied down from the chat.
Also, thank you to the people who have already followed me from the stream. I have been getting your notifications.
I haven't even seen mine yet.
It's been like 2 people, so.
Awesome.
Someone asked, Seraphim Bahamut 79 asked, how hard was getting qualified for the Summer Games done quick?
It's I don't know, it's not so much a competitive process. It's like they'll have basically open auditions twice a year, and you submit your game, what you want to do with it, and some videos, and then you just sort of wait. So the difficulty comes in basically making the best demonstration videos that you can. For me, it was interesting because like I was gonna try and submit any percent and all dark magic and heart squids as categories. Then I thought maybe I'll just do another video in one more throwaway category, just so you know, an extra bit of what have you, whatever the word is, extra bit of assurance. And so I made a run where I get all the dark magic and that's it. And it turns out that they accepted that, and like, well, shoot, now it's a category, even though no one.
I like to call that a canon ending,
A
personally.
canon. Yeah, it
'Cause,
is.
I mean, that's how Jake Kaufman named the track for the credits that play after that sequence. So, I mean, you guys can hate me for all that it is, but that'll always be canon ending for me.
Yeah, it's difficulty. It's more just putting it on yourself to know when have I made a good enough run that I'm feeling comfortable submitting this.
Yeah, and I guess with that, there is like a committee of GDQ staff that actually sit down and go through a lot of the submissions, watch the videos, and in turn make decisions on what makes the marathon. One thing that kind of helps is, for example, like we're doing a mini WayForward block. This is something that happened during Summer Games Done Quick last year with Shantae and Mighty Switch Force. So I mean, if you can find like other people in the community, for example, like we have, and in turn make something of it, that definitely helps getting it on the schedule. And plus, I mean, having cool donation incentives is always
Yes.
nice too. So, I mean, from what I checked last, which was earlier this morning, we had a singing the credits incentive for Mighty Switch Force 2. So, I mean, if that's not met, sadly, we won't be belting Rescue Girl unless you guys are feeling like donating for a good cause, of
Wait,
course. No.
how much needs to be donated?
$650.
Yeah, it was
$650,
650,
$650, guys.
and I think we were at
$650.
We were pretty close, I believe, this morning
I
at
have to
around
write that
450
down
to
so I could tell
500.
people on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I do have a background in music, but singing that high is a little difficult for me. So we'll see how it goes when the time
Yeah, he,
comes.
he keeps saying we as if I'm going to be singing along as well. I don't know what he's talking
Hey,
about.
hey, the whole couch is included.
Like, I don't know this song. I wish I
You
did.
can just pull it up on your phone.
Okay, I'll just hold up my phone and play the song along.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I
You
might
can
be the
pull
only
up.
one.
I think some
Oh,
people on Reddit did a video once where they were like all singing or something at the same time, and every time I look up the song, it always turns up first on YouTube. But it's like the most
nice.
amazing thing because you can hear these guys in the background. And, you know, they're just big guys. You know, like rescue girl. I just love that stuff. I find like the coolest stuff like that all the time.
Alright, I will give it a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I can't guarantee it'll be great, but I will give it my all.
Okay. Yeah,
um.
speaking of, I was gonna say donation incentives definitely help. Like that's why I threw the All Dark Magic run in, and it turns out they did make a donation incentive. If people donated $1,000, I would do that run, which is longer and shows the true final boss, and that did get met. So that's going to be happening.
Mhm.
Oh, cool.
Hmm.
Cool. That's very cool. Um. Uh. 2D Con
Hey, hello,
asks
guys.
Cool.
Tony, are you excited to start planning the Midwest Speed Fest for 2016?
Absolutely, you know it. We're actually, I've been talking a lot with Sex Rex and Hexade. They're my fellow organizers of the event as well, and we've definitely decided that we're gonna probably open up submissions for that sometime in probably late December, early January. So I mean, if anyone is around the Minnesota area, it is in Bloomington, Minnesota. If you're in the Midwest in general and want to come on up and hang out with us, I mean, it's definitely an option. And yeah, we'll definitely have a lot of fun runs and a lot of fun times like we did last year. And actually, we'll have better internet as well, and
Hmm.
won't be streaming from my personal phone.
Oh, nice. Are you guys running some WayForward games there too?
I know I'll definitely be submitting them. In terms of whether or not I will be actually getting them into the marathon, that's definitely reliant on just in general how many submissions we end up getting. Ideally, I would like to have Mighty Switch Force Hyperdrive Edition all hyper levels ready for that, which is something that I've actually been working on as a side project on top of all the whole learning all the new games and getting ready for SGDQ as well. So, I mean, that's something that if you guys are interested in seeing Mighty Switch Force played on the hardest levels at the best of my abilities, that's something that's definitely coming up down the road as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that'd be really great to watch. Okay, I have a question.
Mhm.
Nos, I believe this is the person sitting next to you, asks a question for Tony. How would you feel if Paddy Wagon costume in Half Genie Hero allowed you to mighty shot jump similar to Mighty Switch Force?
That would be the only speed game I would care about for the rest of my life.
Are you a Shantae in the Paddy costume fan? Is that a thing?
Like, have you seen his Twitter avatar?
Yeah, yeah, I have. I
Yeah,
considered putting that in the overlay, but for the stream, but then I
yeah,
was like, that's a little much, a little too
yeah, and I
much.
think I saw like there was like some concept art for like just special DLC costumes or something. I think that might be the origin
Yeah.
of it,
Um,
maybe from the
The
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So I mean, if that's I mean,
Okay.
even if it doesn't do anything special, I mean, I'm definitely gonna have Shantae wearing that the whole time, just because I mean, Mighty Switch Force is the game that truly has my heart.
It's like
All
Mighty Switch Force, Shantae. Why not both?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, this is a question for Sound from Taconator7.
right. Darn it, Taconator.
This is your first marathon appearance. How are you feeling?
Um, yeah, this is the question that everyone's been asking. I'm feeling fine right now. Getting slightly more nervous every time somebody asks me how I'm feeling. But I've been practicing this really heavily. I think everything is going to be just fine. I've been a little worried because the out of bounds glitch that I talk about that happens all over it carries not a small risk of soft locking the game and just ending the speedrun immediately. And if I'm not careful, this could happen pretty much at any point in the game. So I've been really worried about that, but my plan for that is just to save the game at certain strategic points, and if I ever have to go back to the save, I'm going to donate $100 to Doctors Without Borders.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
that's my way of sort of mitigating risks, that instead of the run being damaged, it is my wallet.
That's really cool. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I like that idea.
So yeah, I'm feeling all right about it. Mostly I'm excited. I really can't wait to show off how much fun this game is to speedrun.
I'm going down. Some of these questions I think are actually just inside jokes.
Oh boy.
Which they're a little bit racy. I might have to skip them.
If they're for me, I apologize.
But which speed run this weekend are you looking forward to the most, not including your own?
There are so many really good runs this GDQ.
You are.
You first, because I have a laundry list. Let me
Was
pull up the
Nas
schedule.
saying something over there?
NLE.
Emily?
No levels early for DK64.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, Nerlo was early. I'm actually hosting during Donkey Kong 64, so you will hear me reading off donations during that period.
Oh, cool.
The one that I was super excited for happened last night, which was the Tetris Grandmaster exhibition.
I watched that one
so
too.
It was amazing.
Oh.
It was just some of the best Tetris players in the world doing things that I could never do in a million years. It's amazing to watch. You should all look it up on YouTube. It's spectacular. That's something I was super excited for. Octodad, I was also excited for. What else is even coming up?
And they were really funny too. The people who were speedrunning it, like they
Oh,
were
yeah.
making lots of really great jokes for the Octodad one.
Yeah, Jeff and Miss Catykins are really good at, just in general, playing off each other. They're probably the power speed couple that a lot of us really root for. Gosh, I know Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, the run is really nuts, and that's actually my favorite Castlevania game, so I'm really excited for that.
Oh yeah, there's an incentive for Symphony of the Night all bosses that I really want to see happen.
In turn, Hotline Miami 2 Wrong Number by Duke.
That's
Duke's
right after
my-
yours, isn't it?
Yeah, that is right after mine.
Yeah.
I love the series. I love the runner. Duke's my boy, of course. Like, I definitely want to be there for that. I've heard Half Minute Hero is really cool by Essentia. That's something I really want to see. And oh gosh, I'm not going to sleep right after my run. Because Gargoyle's Quest by Unusual Cook, he's one of my friends as well. Rooming with him, actually. Really good dude. That's one I want to see.
I would love to
Oh,
see,
yeah. You can go
I would
for it.
love to see Freedom Planet, which happens right
Yes.
after Gunstar Heroes.
Yes.
That game, more
Oh.
people need to play Freedom Planet because it's amazing.
It's on Humble Bundle right now.
Oh yeah, they should
Oh,
all
yeah.
get the Humble Bundle.
It's like
right?
it's like $5.50, and then you also get the soundtrack.
Definitely
Yes.
worth
The
every
soundtrack is awesome.
If you guys want to see something silly, Kirby Tilt and Tumble is being played with a GameCube Game Boy player. So he's gonna
That's-
literally be holding the GameCube and kind of doing the tilt thing. So definitely worth a good laugh.
That's awesome.
Let's see, Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble by Burton will be great. The Sonic Advance Amy Race will be excellent. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, excellent game just in general.
I was watching someone practice Sonic Advance 3. Did that happen already?
Maybe if not, I think that might just be someone hanging out and playing that.
Okay.
Okay, so since he's my boy, Sex Rex is doing Chester Cheetah Wild Wild Quest. This is something that you wouldn't think would be a very interesting run, but honestly, like, there are some really cool strategies to, like, just beat that game as quickly as possible, and I'd highly recommend it.
The title alone makes me excited.
Of course.
Shovel Knight, of course.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Shovel
Shovel
Knight,
Knight, yeah.
Shovel, oh my
Yes.
god. That'll be nuts.
Is that an any percent?
Honestly, like, I could keep
Low
going down
percent,
the
yes.
list here and just, like, saying absolutely everything because, honestly, if you haven't even heard of the game, chances are it's excellent. I mean, it got into a GDQ for a reason, and in terms, like, I love everything that has been offered, and in turn, like, you just won't be disappointed by pretty much everything from this point forward, I'd say.
One thing I heard a lot about that I haven't personally seen, but everyone was very excited to see a game called Wheel of Time make it into the marathon as a bonus game.
Yeah, I think I saw the first marathon run for that ShadX had, and like it's really interesting. And if you
Hmm.
guys are looking for like just interesting like PC game kind of speedrun, it's definitely got some really cool things going on with it.
Oh, and the one last thing is anything by TaskBot
Yes.
is it will explode your mind. Whatever they
Not only are they doing like absolutely crazy things and beating the game as quickly as possible, like I think last year they had like a game of Snake going on and just like a regular segment of the game,
That
like
was,
Mhm.
that was the year before.
that was the
oh
year
that was the year
yeah
before, sorry.
what
This
they
year they
did
had chat on the screen.
yeah
Right,
they
right.
somehow hacked the Pokemon cartridge and made Twitch chat appear in the game somehow. I don't know how they did it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Sorry about rambling on about all these
Oh
games.
no no! It's you
We're,
guys are promoting Summer Games Done Quick, and it's a great cause. We at WayForward really want to help give out to the cause, so promote away. So and we
Right.
don't like this is what we're here for. We're trying to promote you guys so that people will come and donate money during your stream, and hopefully you'll make tons for
Oh,
I hope
definitely.
so. Our
with all
goal
the
is for
awesome
1
stuff that we
billion
sent you.
dollars.
Do you have the stuff with you? Can you like show people on stream what they could win?
Sadly, I don't. I
Oh,
gave
okay,
that to
that's
Ron
fine.
Scout earlier this
I know
week.
one thing is the Way Forward shirt,
Yep,
right?
there was a WayForward t-shirt, sweatshirt as well. Oh, hey,
I'm
Nas actually
jealous of the
has the
sweatshirt. I
sweatshirt.
don't even have a sweatshirt yet.
Yeah, Nas, come over here and wear that sweatshirt, because that's something that's actually included in the prize pack for the Way Forward block. And on top of that, I believe there's a signed issue of Nintendo Force by a lot of the devs and creative minds over at Way Forward.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, there's actually some original concept art from Shantae, made by Matt Bozon and signed by him himself.
Very nice.
And yeah, hey, yeah, there's that Way Forward
Ah,
sweatshirt. Come on a little closer.
you
Let's
could
see
win
that
both of
Way
these
Forward
beautiful
logo.
prizes.
Oh yeah, so like, yeah, you guys have
Draw a
been.
rope, y'all.
But yeah, you guys have been absolutely wonderful in just
Mhm.
responding with our communications. And on
Yeah.
top of that too, this is something we're kind of doing on the side. Whoever out there can guess our end time for our runs as best as possible, we might need to round up or down a little bit, of course.
Yeah.
But we will actually be giving out Shantae and the Pirates Curse keys, as well as Mighty Switch Force 2 keys. We have one for each region and each
Mhm.
console, except for I think the Mighty Switch Force is just 3DS. So
Yeah.
if you have a Wii U and a 3DS for Shantae and the Pirates Curse, I mean, feel free to. Should we just have them tweet at me saying what
Um,
the estimate is?
sure, they could
Okay.
tweet at either of us, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, should we just do for your run, have them tweet at you, and for my run, tweet at me?
Sure, that sounds
Okay,
fine.
so yeah, for the Sound Defenses run, we have 6 keys for Shantae and the Pirates Curse. 3 of them are Wii U, and 3 of them are 3DS, and they are one for each region, which
Mhm.
is the Nintendo of America region,
Mhm.
Nintendo of Europe, and also the Australian eShop. So if anyone's interested in possibly winning some keys there, just tweet at the Sound Defense what your estimate is going to be for his run. And
Mhm.
in turn, for mine, I have 2 keys, one for the American and Europe regions as well. And if you guys can guess the exact time, as well as provide us with the region that you're from, that you're looking to get a key for, I mean, feel free to let us know, and we'll definitely be doing some sifting through our Twitters as soon as we're done with our runs for
Yes.
you.
Listen,
I just now in chat I put up it's like a reminder about our sale that's going on, and it's
Oh,
also but
yes.
it also has their names in there. So if
Oh,
you copy those names down, then you can go and follow them on Twitter so that you can message them times. People in chat were asking. I think it's because on the delay they hadn't heard what you said to use to submit times yet. So I
okay,
just
yeah.
want to make sure that they all know.
Yeah, and also on top of that, I mean, if you guys don't know, which I mean, of course you probably do with that now, WayForward's been kind enough to put the games that we're running on sale as well. So if you guys don't end up getting it from us giving it away after our runs, I mean, feel free to support WayForward. I mean, they love us, we love them, and in turn, their games are so much fun. And
They really are.
if you have not played them, you're really doing yourself a disservice.
Cards. Yeah, but also, is there another question? Oh, what are your guys' favorites Mighty Switch Force songs and Shantae songs?
Ooh.
Okay.
Taps.
No,
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 you're fired.
leave the room, Nas.
The one at the end of Pirate's Curse, where you talk to Risky Boots.
Oh yeah, we had an answer at the very end of the canon ending in Pirate's Curse where you're talking to Risky Boots on the Lonely Grave. That's from him. My favorite in Shantae is definitely the Tan Line Island theme. It's
I love
it's
that
really
theme.
really good. It's just it's hip. That's a terrible word. I'm not allowed to say that word anymore. But it's very energetic and it's got like this great infectious melody, and I always love listening to it. And that's sort of one of the shames of running Shantae super fast is that you only hear like the first third of every song in the game.
And
Yeah.
ooh, let's see. So my favorite Shantae song from Pirate's Curse has to be what's it called? The Treacherous Trek, the one between after the pirate master has come alive and takes over the castle when you
Hmm.
travel.
Spoilers.
Yeah, the one that's
Yeah.
it's based off the original Game Boy Color Shantae song.
Spoiler
Yeah, that
alert.
song is happening, man. I'm always grooving to
Yeah.
that.
They're great. They're great.
Yeah.
How do you
Um,
know all the names of these, man?
hey,
I listen to a lot of Jake Kaufman.
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
dude,
if
we
you
need to
guys
go.
go, if you go to Jake Cotman's Bandcamp, he has all the songs there, and you can download them. And they all
Yeah,
all
Oh,
the
yeah.
names and stuff.
vert.bandcamp.com.
Yeah, I,
So
I,
good.
I need to get his Shovel Knight soundtrack, which is the most
Definitely.
amazing thing ever.
But oh gosh, Mighty Switch Force. I think my favorite one from Mighty Switch Force would have to be um Space Cuba. That song is just all over the place and so fun. And for Mighty Switch Force 2, Exothermic, I feel like that is the best driving song, and like it's just such a really neat song just in general.
Yeah, I actually have the Shantae and the Pirates Curse still playing in the background.
Oh,
Nice.
excellent. Also, I could just interject a general WayForward song, the remix of The Moon from DuckTales Remastered.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness, right?
so
It's
good.
so
Right?
Like,
Before I worked here, that game came out, and I was just like, this is amazing. Like I thought, like no one could touch that song. No, not true at
like,
all. Moon Song, one of the best songs from my childhood. Way Forward made it better.
yeah,
Yes.
and people like Jake. I had a chance to talk with Jake actually about this. He performed at a local event that I had the chance to actually run Mighty Switch Force and DuckTales Remastered at, and he told me that like people were up in arms about the remix soundtrack, and that really blew my mind because I feel he really did them justice, but put his own special touch on them, and like
Some
he
people just
took.
don't like things to be changed.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
change is a scary thing for a lot of people for
Mhm.
sure.
Okay, what else do we have? We have a few more questions. Are you guys interested and excited for Shantae Half Genie Hero, and do you plan on maybe trying to speedrun it?
I will definitely be looking into speedrunning it. I certainly intend to play it. It looks like a beautiful game, very fun. The mechanics are like definitely different from Pirate's Curse, just because yeah, we don't have the transformation stuff in Pirate's Curse. It's a bit of a different beast, but it'll be something new, and I definitely want to try it.
I think, yeah, honestly, in this room, the three of us, Nas, I don't know why you're still back there at this point.
I thought, yeah.
But honestly, between the three of us, I think it's a unanimous yes on both parts. Like what we may end up doing in the long term with it, I can't say for certain, but like we all really love Shantae. Like
Yeah.
I personally love all of WayForward's IPs. Like even back in the Sigma Star Saga days, like
Mhm.
you guys have made such excellent games, and honestly, like whatever you guys throw out, the least I'm gonna do is take a look at it and see what I can do with it. Because I mean, the love's there, and in turn, I really want to take that love and turn it into something really neat for you.
I know we're excited here because we're always thinking of new things, but
Mhm.
I think that's pretty much everything. There was a few questions that were kind of the same, and then, like I said, a few inside jokes. I'm pretty sure.
Once
Do you guys want to promote your your stream again tonight and like what you guys are doing, like what things people can win, how they can win them, all that kind of stuff?
Sure, yeah. So I guess just to kind of run from the top again, we are running. The Sound Defense is running Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Seems like it's all dark magic now at this point.
Yep, that's going to be like it's currently slated for 1:30, but the times can shift wildly depending on how other games go. So definitely tune in for the schedule.
And that's 1:30 local time here.
Yeah, here
Okay.
it's Central Time.
If
Yeah.
anybody's looking for the schedule, there's actually a link below in our profile. It has a Summer Games Done Quick banner, and then underneath that, it'll have the schedule pending. If you click on that link, it'll have the whole schedule, so you can kind of look down it and make sure that you know exactly when they'll be streaming.
Yeah, and
You can
for
keep
me-
track of it. The schedule changes as things change. Last night I
Okay.
was looking and you guys were like 11 o'clock, and then it turned to like 11:30 by the time I was done with work. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the event has definitely been kind of a rough ride, but in turn,
Hmm.
I guess I'm just gonna have a lot of energy drinks and coffee to keep me running at this point. And yeah, I'm running Mighty Switch Force 2, any percent new game plus with the Mighty Hose. The incentive for singing the credits, I'm sure, is pretty much close to being hit. So
someone in chat said earlier you were at like 534. So
we are definitely close. I mean, every dollar counts. If you want to
Mhm.
hear my beautiful voice, either butcher or do what it
Sure,
can
to elevate.
to
well,
make
I'm
that
gonna
song excellent.
whenever I tweet about how this stream is over, I'm getting on Twitter and I'm gonna be like, only $100 more, and you can make TonyOgbot sing the last song.
Oh boy.
So
But-
I hope the community bands together.
Oh,
and that
definitely.
you guys get at least well over that extra 100 that you need.
Yeah, and also, I mean, of course, we are giving away download codes for the games. So estimate your estimate for the time it'll take for us to complete the games to our own personal Twitters. Also with the region for that you were hoping to get a code for. And as soon as we're done, we'll do some digging around, get that all figured out who got the closest or even right on time with that, and be dispersing the codes sometime this week here.
For the record, should we say what our current best times are so they have some sort of baseline?
What's the fun in that? They have estimates to work with.
Well, the estimate I submitted for Shantae was submitted before we took like 10 minutes off the game with some new skips. So
I say, let's let them guess.
okay then, maybe do some research into my stuff. We'll see.
All I can say is personally, my personal best is pretty close to the estimate,
Mhm.
with a few minutes leeway. So do what you can, and in turn with the sound defense,
Yeah.
do your best.
Yeah. Good luck.
How can people win the prizes that we sent you? The magazine, the sweatshirts, the T-shirts, the picture.
Yeah, so that those are going to be prizes that are only going to be able to be raffled for during the WayForward block. I'm sorry, not raffled, donated for.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure what the threshold is for it at this moment in time. That might be something that you can find, if not right now, on the donation splash page for the Games Done Quick website.
Okay.
That's something that should definitely show up within the block itself. And basically, if you donate during the block X amount of money, that'll put your name into a just pool of names of people that are eligible for it.
Oh, I
And
saw
then
it.
in
Yeah.
turn, at the end of the event, after everything's kind of settled a little bit, they'll start doing the name drawing, and in turn, find out who will be getting the prize, and in turn, they'll ship it out to you within a reasonable amount of time, I believe.
Oh, someone in chat just said that it looks like your singing goal has been met. So
Yes! Woo!
if it hasn't and still getting on there, be like, you guys
Oh,
gotta do
awesome.
it.
I apologize in advance.
Yes.
I'm gonna be watching at home at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gonna be singing it with you. So don't feel like you're alone. Actually, it'll probably be more like 2 or 3, won't it? Because Shantae takes a while, huh?
It
So,
takes a while. I can't say exactly
not-
how long.
Yeah. Because it's just supposed to be a surprise. I get it. I
Mhm.
get it. So it's one of those things, like if it's like for a $50, if it says $50, if you donate $50, then there's a chance you could win. Now, is
Yep.
it all a part of one pack, or is it all separate pieces?
I think it is all one pack.
Yeah.
Sadly, I haven't been
Okay.
able to touch base with any of the GDQ staff on how exactly they're looking to disperse it. But from what I gather, generally when we get prize packs like this, they tend to go out as a pack.
Mhm. Yeah, it will definitely be a much lower threshold than $50. My assumption is $10 or $15.
Yeah, I think one of the bigger prizes is like an Alienware gaming PC.
Yeah, that one's for 50.
That's
I saw
the
that
grand
the other
prize.
day.
right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the grand prize. So it'll definitely be. If I had to throw a guess out, between $5 to $20. I mean, that's a terrible guess because there's a wide range there.
Yeah,
but I
that's
mean,
a pretty wide range.
probably what you'd be looking at in terms of what that would end up being
Mhm.
at.
So Nas, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Are you excited to be singing?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, somebody in chat says that the prize pack is $10 for
Okay.
donation,
Hey.
So
Thank you, chat, for
Yes,
doing
thank
the
you.
research
Yeah.
you should have done earlier.
yeah, I had no clue that there was even a donation page thing. I just thought that you watched the stream, and every once in a while it would sell. Just telling you.
No, there is a donation tracker. It's a little lo-fi, but it's very, very informative. You can find
Mhm.
out almost anything you need to know.
Yeah, huge shout outs to the tech guys here at the event.
Yeah.
After running my own and in turn helping them earlier, like first day of the marathon, like they have a lot on their plate and they've definitely been doing what they can to keep the fires from spilling over in the tech
Yeah,
booth. So
if you could see like the stations they have set up to keep this running, it's like the deck of the Starship Enterprise. It's crazy.
yeah, and
Well,
so for those of you that are wondering what kind of tech they're running, let's just say they're doing a really good job with what they have for
Mhm.
sure.
yeah, I remember when I went to E3 and I saw the Twitch booth, I was just like, they had like this huge section that was closed off, and I was just like, what's that? Like, I looked at one of the doors, and it was just like tons of computers and stuff on the inside,
yeah.
and then it makes it look so simple on the outside. Like, when you watch this stream, like, it's just like three people sitting on a couch and two people say, you're like, okay, they're on a stage, cool.
Yeah.
That just to see behind the scenes is crazy.
Yeah, if
Definitely.
you don't like it looks so nice and clean. The effort it takes to get there, it's just like try doing it yourself, and you will see just how difficult it is. to do what they do.
And from personal experience, oh, they do a very great job.
Mhm.
Okay, great. Well, right now, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a quick raffle. So if anybody I gotta set this up with my little bot here. We're gonna be giving out one code for Shantae and the Pirate's Curse.
Dare.
Do not do it.
You can still get in that NOS even though you're stuck in place. So get over to your computer if you need it. Let's see, event system giveaway. Shantae. It's exclamation point Shantae. If you guys just put exclamation point Shantae into the chat, you will enter yourself into the raffle. And then we'll be pulling one person from the raffle, and you will be able to pick a game code. So we'll give everybody a few minutes here. What's been your guys' best experience so far at the speedrunning?
Am I the only one here not entering this contest?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. But my best experience so far.
I'll do it for you, Sound, if I win.
Okay.
So my best experience so far. I don't know if you guys know of King Dime, the Doom player, but normally he's kind of known for being a serious dude. Looks very angry sometimes when he's running his game. I got to do one of those cute like Japanese puri curry like camera things where you get to like edit the pictures when
yeah,
you're
that's
done.
right.
We totally turned him into a really cute, like, anime-looking person. So, like, so far that has to be my, like, outside of the whole, like, speedrunning thing, definitely my favorite part of the event so far. But if I had to pick an absolute favorite so far, it would definitely be the Tetris Grandmaster block.
Yes.
That was unreal. And coming from gamers that are pretty good at what we do, like,
Mhm.
I gotta say, I'm absolutely dumbfounded as to how they do it. Like, it's unreal.
I play a lot of games. I could never do that in a million years.
Okay. You said you're in Minnesota, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where have you guys, like, what other activities have been happening other than the speedrunning stuff there? Is it warm there? I heard
Oh,
like
it's
Yeah,
warm
it's
and humid.
humid, yeah.
It's better than where I was before.
Mhm.
I came from Texas to come up here.
uh,
Yeah, no, it was great. There was that meetup at the Mall of America that he
Mhm.
just talked
oh,
about.
fun.
We all took anime pictures, and then a handful of us went down to the aquarium and we petted stingrays and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, on top of that, I think we're going to probably be visiting Minneapolis and just areas in St. Paul in general throughout the event. There's been a lot of outings for dinner and such around the area that we've done with a lot of our speed friends and such.
Mm-hmm.
And just in general, yeah, we're definitely here not only to raise money but to enjoy ourselves because it's not every day we get to meet like all of these people that we've been talking to online for as long as we have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a little speedrunner convention.
Yep,
Basically.
absolutely. You would honestly be
And the
surprised.
cool thing
That's-
is that it's a speedrunner convention, and you guys are all doing it for such a great cause. Like, it's just
Yes.
like
absolutely.
I'm a cosplayer. If there was like a convention I could go to and do cosplay stuff and make like a whole bunch of money for Doctors Without Borders, I'd totally do that. So I think it's amazing that a hobby can come together and do that kind of charity work, and then also get a chance to meet everybody that they've always been talking to online. I think it's just wonderful. That's another reason that like WayForward really wanted to support you guys. It's such a positive thing, you know?
Yeah, your support has been fantastic. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
like, and we're really nothing. Like, we're totally grateful for everything you guys have done for us.
Absolutely.
Honestly, when I first sent an email out to you guys, I didn't know what to expect because I've never really interacted with, say, a developer of my favorite video games before. And it's just been a real surreal experience for me. And personally, I have to say thank you for everything you guys have done for us.
No,
Absolutely.
you're welcome. You're so welcome. Okay, I've stopped the entries from coming in. We're gonna pick a winner. And WayForward entered. That's actually for the sound defense.
Okay.
one of the directors just entered after the close. It says Veloxiraptor won. Congratulations, Veloxiraptor.
Congratulations.
Veloxiraptor, if you can get onto the Twitch, message us through Twitch with this underneath this name, I can get in contact with you so that I can send you a code. And you can tell me what region you're in and if you'd like to have the Shantae and the Pirate's Curse for 3DS or for Wii U. So congratulations. I want to thank Tony and SoundDefense for tuning in with us today. It was really a lot of fun to learn.
Great time.
I learned a lot about speedrunning and a lot about the community of it, and it's just been a really fun time. So thank you guys for, your busy schedule, like coming and sitting on for like an hour and a half, sitting with us.
Our days have just been absolutely packed.
Oh yeah, but yeah, thank you so much for having us. We love everything you guys give us, like as gamers and consumers. I mean, the least we can do is, sit down and have a nice chat about the stuff we love to do.
Yeah. And
I
just
just
want
now noticed the ridiculous shininess of my head in the camera the entire time.
to. It's just because the light's right above you.
Yeah.
You look like you have a halo. It's all good.
Or that I'm like a bald Hasidic Jew or something.
You do not look like a bald Hasidic Jew.
Okay.
I just wanted to remind everybody that's been watching, there is a sale going on right now on the Wii U and the 3DS eShop. You can get Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, or you can get Mighty Switch Force 2, so that you can watch these lovely individuals play the game and show you how to beat it at a good time, and then you can buy it and then try to beat their score. So